Hi, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those who are new, I know you can benefit. So I was sick as a dog yesterday. Darn it, I made it through the whole day, and as I suggested, I had had orange, grapefruit, and healthy salad with legal dressing, which means I made it myself. And then as I was sitting there for like an hour or something, I was feeling really sick to my stomach, and then I just started vomiting. And what I realized was I vomited everything I'd eaten that day. Like it never digested. And I was remembering earlier in my youth when I had migraines, because I had them from my, teens on, I would never digest my food if I had a migraine. So if it started in the morning and I was trying really hard all day to get through it, every time I would start vomiting, and sometimes on the way home in my car, I realized I didn't digest my food. And it was usually stress related. So yesterday I was kind of stressed out a little bit. I was having family come, and I was busy getting done some of the things that I needed to do, from grocery shopping to cleaning up. And I had a project going on outside, and it was very hot, and I allowed myself to get overheated. And then I was just kind of on automatic pilot. And for me, my migraines have changed. When I was young, I used to get all the typical things. I would have the ram's horn down one side, blinded in one eye, have to be in the dark. I often had to go to the hospital and get Demerol shots. And then finally, when I was in my, I think 19 or early 20s, they created Imitrex, which was sumatriptan, I believe is it, and they would allow me to administer my own shots at home. So when I had the courage, I would stab myself with that stinging, burning needle, and understood that there was a trade-off, because even though it ultimately would help with the pain, it would make me sick to my stomach, and it was a worthy trade-off. Well, now that I've changed my diet and I'm off all prescription medications, I realized I haven't had any migraines. But what changed about them was, rather than the ram's horn or the blinded eye, I usually get them in my body, like down my arm, through my neck and shoulders. But I know that it's a migraine pain, and it actually responds to the migraine medication the exact same way the headaches did. So yesterday, I was so busy. So I try and use vinegar or baking soda or whatever, and I was in such a hurry. I had needed to still clean the restroom, and I used traditional, toxic cleaners, and that got me. And there was just a series of things, and I kept ignoring all of my symptoms, and finally it just got me. So that is what got me. I forgot. I was wondering if it was my food, too much fiber, whatever, and then I realized no. Totally overheated, way too much exposure to toxic cleaners, and just stress. So praise God, when I woke up this morning, I was way better, though I'm still tired because I barely slept. But I made it without medication, but I certainly was sick. So that's my conclusion. But that said, I wanted to share this article, which of course I will include in the description, and it's 10 natural ways to reduce migraine symptoms, because as you know, I try very hard not to take any medication. I just use ice or heat and pray my way, because I'm trying to still save my kidneys. So it says migraines aren't typical headaches. If you experience them, you know you may experience a pounding pain, nausea, sensitivity to light and sound. When migraines strike, you will do almost anything to relieve the pain. Natural remedies are drug-free ways to reduce your migraine. So I'm just going to go through some of this. 1, avoid hot dogs, which if you're vegan, you do anyway. But these are other foods that trigger migraines. Food with nitrates, like hot dogs, deli meats, bacon, sausage, chocolate, cheese, cheese that contains tyramine, which is in things like blue, feta, cheddar, Parmesan, Swiss. Alcohol, especially red wine. Foods that contain monosodium glutamate, so MSG is like a flavor enhancer. Foods that are cold to the touch, such as ice cream and iced drinks. I don't think that was ever true for me. Processed foods, pickled foods, beans for some people, dried fruits, and cultured dairy products such as buttermilk, sour cream, and yogurt. And then it goes on to say how a small amount of caffeine may actually help people with migraines, but for many, any caffeine is too much. And that was true for me. When I was 23, I was addicted to Diet Coke. Is that caffeine free? I don't think so. I don't remember it being caffeine free, but whatever the case was, I had to get off of soda because that was just one of the things that made my migraines crazy. And ever since, so for almost 30 years, I have made sure that I have not had any intentional caffeine. And when I do accidentally have caffeine, I remember if it was like a secondary ingredient in medication that I wasn't aware of, I knew. Man, my body knew right away, I cannot do caffeine. One suggestion is applying lavender oil, which some people say when they inhaled lavender oil during a migraine attack for 15 minutes, they experience faster relief. Trying acupuncture in certain places in the body and in the hand. Look for feverfew, which is a special herb in the form of similar to a daisy, which is an ancient remedy. Apply peppermint oil. Go for ginger. Ginger is known to ease nausea caused by many conditions. Sign up for yoga to reduce your stress. Try biofeedback. Add magnesium to your diet. For the magnesium, it's almost all nuts, almonds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, Brazil nuts, cashews, peanut butter, oatmeal, and then even eggs and milk. I don't know about that. I use a magnesium supplement because I have that familial tremor, and that magnesium has absolutely healed me. It keeps it all at bay, and I rejoice to no end. Book a massage. The takeaway: if you get migraines, you know the symptoms can be challenging to cope with. You might miss work or not be able to participate in activities you love. Try the above remedies to find some relief. So that's for sure interesting. And then another thing it said was, sorry, I know there was one more. There's something else. Anyway, there's several articles on that, but that's what I realized. I was having a migraine. So I did have family visit. We ended up having salad and corn for dinner, and it was delicious, and they were all on board for that. And we had a fantastic visit, and I was really blessed to have family in my humble abode. In my humble abode in the high desert. All right, so what else was I going to tell you? Well, what was interesting was two of my sisters are doing the A positive, because our blood is A positive. The A positive, I don't know if I want to say diet or eating plan, but they are doing their blood type. I do have to say blood type diet. And I was just like, I'm A positive. I thought that's because I'm such a good teacher. I got an A plus, but apparently it's my blood type. And so almost everything I eat is on that list. And I'm telling you, for me, our God is an awesome God. He's merciful, and He has allowed me to enjoy fruit and vegetables, and I can't worry about them being on that plan. But it says stuff that you need to avoid for that kind of diet. It's kind of funny. It says don't eat meat, but then it immediately says on the list fish and chicken. Oh, chicken and turkey. Yeah, chicken, turkey, cold water fish, like sardines and salmon, even though it specifically says don't eat meat. I love that those aren't considered meat. I love that. All right, but it says what you specifically need to avoid for an A positive blood type: beef, pork, lamb, cow's milk. I'm good. Potatoes, yams, and sweet potatoes, not so much. I rarely have those, but I do use, I spiralize sweet potatoes sometimes, or yams, and I would like to still do that. Certain vegetables such as cabbage, eggplant, tomatoes, peppers, and mushrooms, all things that I will eat. Lima beans, I'm good. Certain fruits, check it out: melons, oranges, strawberries, and mangoes. What? A poultry, other than chicken and turkeys, like duck, no worries. Venison, no worries. Fish, bluefish, barracuda, haddock, no worries. Some grain and grain products such as wheat bran, multi-grain bread, and durum wheat. It's okay. Refined sugar, fair enough. Refined carbohydrates such as white flour and white bread, fair enough. Oil, other than olive oil. Artificial ingredients, and most condiments. So, I mean, all of that is good, but I'm not giving up. I will not give up cabbage, eggplant, melon, oranges, strawberries, mangoes. I'm not giving those up. I'm not. We can't do all things, right, people? My gosh, if I listened to all the theories and all the advice, I'd be so paralyzed. I might as well go back to my sad diet and just eat packaged food. Because I was good at it. I was really good at it. So I'm just going to stay with happy, healthy, vegan way of life with just fruit, vegetables, and, a small but adequate amount of plant fat. I can't even quote all of that Miss Ross says, but I'm going to stay the course. But that was my conclusion. Migraine. How about you? Do you guys get migraines? Have they subsided with this way of eating? Mine certainly have. And I'd love to support you in how you're doing. Oh, update on the urge jar. I busted that urge jar. Oh my goodness. I think I shook it so often. It was dropping those suckers in. And finally, I just went ahead and got one of my big canning jars. So my big 32-ounce canning jar. I know the glass in here is probably a little thicker. And I am filling this up. So obviously with family and stuff here, I didn't have that many urges because we were eating in the safety of our home. And I just went grocery shopping and I'm just totally set for my week. And now I just need to make good choices. So, as always, I've got my beautiful glass stones, beads, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to stay with the urge jar. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch my video about 10 days ago, maybe. Anyway, love you. Like if you like, join us if you haven't. And leave a message for me to support you. And until we talk again, my friends, know that you are blessed.